I think I'm going to relocate to the moon.
You can't go to the moon.
I can.
You can't.
Why?
Because it's never been done.
Oh, don't give me that bollocks. Just because they faked one landing.
Well, there's also suggestion that the belt of radiation humans can't pass through, and neither could the instruments at the time and the technology we had, which is why they faked the moon landing.
Okay, but my point
There's
is...
enough evidence out there to suggest that they did do that. Whether they just suggested they faked some imagery and some videography because of maybe stuff got damaged if they were to travel through that belt of radiation, I don't know. But there's lots of weird evidence out there that suggests that it was faked and they did not have the technology at the time to be able to do that.
Hey, look, I was convinced listening to that snippet on
Which
the Joe
I
Rogan
don't want
podcast.
to believe that. I want to believe that we went to the moon.
I know, because you love space.
Yeah, but also there's...
We have 100% been to the moon.
The US government are very secretive and they're very manipulative, and they
No, but
are
we have
willing
been
to do
the
some
moon.
shady shit. I'm not 100% sure on that.
No, we have.
Well,
Because we've
why
done
does
it
Buzz,
since.
Why does Buzz Aldrin, one of the guys who went to the moon, say that we never went there?
Why is he saying that? That's what he's famous for.
Yeah.
Isn't he like the second guy
And
ever to be on the moon and
I've
the
heard him
first one
say
to play
that
golf?
multiple times.
Why is he saying that? That doesn't make sense. But what I'm saying is, even if he didn't go, and Lance Armstrong wasn't the first guy to step foot on the moon, we've 100% been there since.
No, we haven't. No, that's the whole Apollo missions. That whole program was about going to the moon. Was that whole program fake? Was it? I don't know.
Yeah, but
I'd like to think that we were capable of going to the moon.
We
Because
send
that's some
astronauts
feat.
into space all the time.
Yeah, we do. But going to the moon's a lot further than the International Space Station, and there's a belt of radiation that you have to pass through to get to the moon that is incredibly dangerous. It takes about, I think someone said it takes about 90 minutes to pass through that belt. So your body to be in radiation that strong for 90 minutes without the technology of being able to shield yourself from that radiation would kill any human.
Okay, so when...
And they sent spacecraft through that with mannequins in. So we don't know whether any humans really did go to the moon. I don't know. I'd like to think that they did, but
Right,
I don't know.
allegedly...
I need to do more research on that.
Yes.
But there's evidence to suggest that none of that ever happened.
But I have a question. Allegedly, when was the last time we actually went to the moon? Supposing it was all true, when was the last time that we went?
Well, the Apollo program was in the 60s, right? So 60s into the 70s, and then
All of the Apollo's moon missions, all of them.
Apollo, yeah.
Right.
I think
okay.
Apollo, the space program was all lunar.
When was the last time we went to the moon? Apollo 17 in 1972 remains the last crewed mission to the moon.
1917, okay.
No, 1972.
Sorry, 1972.
It was Apollo 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1917 was when we had World War One.
And they landed, the first time they got on the moon was the late 60s.
Yes, that I know.
Because RFK set that mission to within the decade to go to the moon. And he actually died before they ever did.
Okay, so now I'm just questioning myself. Like, why has it been like 50 years since we last went to the moon?
Exactly. Why do you think that is? Because maybe we can't.
Oh, that's sad.
Maybe it was a race to beat the Soviet Union.
Oh, yeah, no, that I believe.
And we couldn't do 100%,
it,
so
it was
we
a Cold
faked
War.
doing it. There's
Hang
also
on.
questions
when you
about...
when you say we, don't drag Britain into this. Okay, the Cold War was between the Russians and the Yanks.
Yes.
Us Brits, no.
Yanks is not politically correct, by the way.
Is it not?
No, Americans.
Oh, is Yanks actually not?
Well, I'd probably... you can get into trouble for anything these days, so I wouldn't use that term.
Oh, but I thought that was okay.
No, just say Americans, it's easier.
But well, okay, fine. But I thought it was like calling the Scottish the Scots.
It could be, but I'm sure there's someone out there that get offended by calling the Yanks.
But they have the Yankees.
No, I know. New York Yankees.
Yeah.
Mm.